Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Tonight, I'm a little bit late starting this and it's going to take a while. We are cooking ham and leek pie. This is what we need. Come on in and I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, so first of all, ingredients we will need are 1 sheet of frozen puff pastry thawed, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 leek finely sliced. I didn't get the mandolin out tonight, I just did that with the knife. 200 grams of ham roughly chopped. I've used this one and I've just chopped it up into here. 3 medium eggs. I haven't beaten them yet, but there they are. Whoops, there's 3 there. Half a cup of cream. That's the thick cream. 2 tablespoons of chopped chives and 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. I've put those in together because they're going in at the same time. There's no point in dirtying 2 bowls. And 1/4 cup of grated Swiss cheese. Now, I couldn't get grated Swiss cheese, so I ended up getting this one. And I've cut up 2 slices, so to me that looks like grated cheese. So, that's very nice cheese too, by the way. Okay, we also need to preheat our oven to 200, which I will, but I'm going to turn mine down to 180 when it comes time to cook because mine is whatever the hell it wants to be. It's not fan forced. We also need a flan dish. If you've got one, get the one that you can push the base out. I had one of those, it rusted and went crap, so I chucked it. So I have to use that one, unfortunately. If you have baking beads, you will need these. Before I brought these, I used to just use dried rice and just put that on. So I'll talk you through how to blind bake anyway, but if you're going to be baking a lot, get those. Eventually I'll get the hang of using those. We also need a frying pan and a jug and a whisk. Okay, and a stirring stick. Alright, I think that's everything. So now that you know what we need, let's get going because there's a few steps and a bit of resting and cooking and stuff. So while things are resting and cooking, we can get onto other steps. So there's stirring stick and the whisk before I forget. I did not grab out the cooking spray. Naughty me. I normally always get cooking spray out. Those of you that watch the show regularly know how much I love my cooking spray. It's a lifesaver when it comes to cleaning up time. So, give that a spray. Okay, now here's what we need to do. We need our sheet of puff pastry and we're going to line it. So basically you just place it in. Now the good thing about having it out to thaw is the obvious part that it's easier to work with. Take the backing off. Good thing about this pastry is I love when I open a new packet. If I could buy pastry in packets of 1 or 2, I probably would because to me, once you open them, it's a pain in the bum. Now, you may notice that you've got overhang and gaps. So, this was a tip shown to me by my beloved mama. Cut your corners off, your overhang. Stick them down and squish them in. it's good to have someone that can give you hints and tips while you're learning to cook. Sadly now, I have to rely on Google. Google's got no enthusiasm. Anyway, guess that's the world we're coming to. It's sad. Okay. See how good that looks. And because the pastry's no longer frozen, you've got a lot of flexibility with it as well. Okay. That, we're going to chill it for 20 minutes. Now, this time I will actually chill it. The last dish that I didn't really want to chill it because I'm worried about my dishes cracking. These are obviously old dishes, the one that I had last night and this one, so I don't really want to break them. I did have one of these quiche dishes that I broke, but this one I want to try and preserve as long as I can. Okay, so pop your timer on for 20 minutes. Okay, now you can, if you've got all the time in the world, go off and do something else, but we don't have all the time in the world, so while that 20 minutes is going on, we're actually going to do the filling. And this will be good because we can do the filling and then we can actually let it cool. So let's go over to the stove top. We want to bring our trusty olive oil with us. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to give it a spray. Alright, we want a tablespoon of olive oil. So turn that one on. Goes the olive oil, the very expensive olive oil. I do not normally buy extra virgin olive oil. Oh, I think I wrote down on my shopping list that I needed extra virgin olive oil, and I just laughed and said I'm not buying that, and sure enough I had brought it. Okay, so once that's hot, we are adding the leek and cooking for 2 to 3 minutes. So, is it hot? It's hotter than it was. In it goes. So I would have got the mandolin slicer out, but I'm sort of trying to limit my washing up tonight. So I am running late. I work today, so if I work, some days I try and work a bit later. Obviously more work means more pay. So therefore, obviously I'm late getting home to cook. So I'll sort of do things in between. Okay, so once this has had 2 to 3 minutes, we want the ham. So with your ham and your cheese, you just buy them in Aldi. They're not recyclable. Okay, that's good to know. They've got a weird new system on the back of the packaging. Some of you that don't live in Australia obviously won't know what I'm talking about, but on our packaging they put symbols as to how to dispose of things. That symbol there means recycle. And if it's got just a trash can, that means it goes in the bin. So it's really weird how they do it now, but I guess eventually everyone will catch on to it. Anyway, So we just keep plodding along as we do. Alright, so we're going to get the ham in now. In goes the ham. Okay, beautiful. So that's ham and leek. Cook for another 2 minutes. Now we don't want to put the herbs in because the herbs are actually going in with the egg mixture, which we're not making the egg mixture yet, so we'll just do this. But as I say, the good thing is that this will get to cool. Alright. Okay, that looks good enough. So just remove that from the heat. Make sure you turn off your hot plate. And once the buzzer goes, we'll be ready to blind bake. Okay, when the buzzer goes, what we need is some baking paper. Get this out of the fridge. Layer some baking paper around. Oh, we're going to prick the base with a fork as well. Okay. So when we blind bake, we need... I'm going to try and do it. Okay, I don't think it matters that much because then we've got something to lift it up. Okay. I was going to cut it round, but I think that'll be fine. Okay, now with your beans, you just put them in like that. And the whole idea is that you basically spread them out. Now, I store mine in a jar, which is fine, but just remember when they come out of the oven, they're going to be hot. So don't put them straight back into the jar. So pop that aside. Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. This is going in the oven for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to take this off and give it another 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep it at 200 while I've got that on, and I'll see you in 10. Okay, so our 10 minutes is up. So what we need to do is remove the beads and the paper. And this is why I said to keep a plate close by. There we go, easy enough. All right, remove those. They've got to cool before you put them away. As you can see, the pastry is not cooked, obviously. I don't know where I'm going to put those. There's no room in my kitchen. All right, so this is going back in for another 10 minutes until golden and cooked through. So we'll be back soon. Okay, it is done. Unfortunately, I didn't prick it through far enough. It'll be fine though. It will work out. Okay, so I'm going to turn the oven down to 180. You might want to keep yours at 200. So over the top of the pastry, we are going to put the ham and leek. That might help it settle down. That was why we had to prick it, so that it would go down. Okay, so into the jug. I'm just going to put these out of the way. Into the jug, we need the following ingredients. Okay, in goes the cream. We'll get the eggs in next, one at a time. Crack them into a cup. One, two, and we're going to season it with salt and pepper as well. This 2 ingredients always get overlooked, salt and pepper. Okay, so grab that whisk once you've got the 3 eggs in and the cream. Put in those herbs. So that's your 2 tablespoons of chopped chives and your 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. Okay, in they go. And grab some salt and pepper as well. The ingredients that I always forget to write down because they don't write them down for me. Shouldn't use that as an excuse. As much salt and pepper as you want. Okay, now we're going to tip this over the top of the dish. I nearly went to grab it, but just remember it's hot. It's just come out of the oven. Alright, so over the top. Some of it's gone the other side. We don't really want it to go the back side of it. Okay. So, your grated Swiss cheese over the top. Now this we're going to bake for 30 to 35 minutes. I'm just going to give mine 20 minutes and see how it looks. And basically it's done when the egg mixture's set. So I will see you soon. Okay, so I gave it an extra 5 minutes above what I originally said. And it's done. It looks awesome. So thank you for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been ham and leek pie. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.